Well, I'm confused right now because I thought season 10 was going to end on this. But apparently there's like, what, 6 or 7 more episodes in this season? I don't know. But I thought we were going to be talking about the finale today, but we have more in store here. We have the 16th episode of season 10. It's just some ordinary episode. Obviously, it ended an era of characters. But yeah, I'm really excited to see the fallout of this, though. That is the one thing. But engaging the final battle of the Whisperer War, Beta has led the gigantic horde to the tower, where the survivors inside scramble to adjust their plan for survival. I gotta get going on content because I have to start editing my Uzi video. Gabriel orders several pairs of survivors to sneak pieces of a speaker system out past the horde onto a wagon to be pulled by horses, which the survivors will use to play music and lure the horde to the ocean to destroy them. Daryl, Carol, Jerry, Magna, Luke, Kelly, Beatrice, and Jules decide to venture through the horde covered in walker guts to engineer the escape plan. Before Carol departs, Lydia makes amends with her, but Carol instead insists to Lydia that she needs to make her own way. The group begins sifting through the horde, with Whisperers being picked off by archers. You know, they get shot with arrows, they scream, they panic, and then the walkers eat them. Most of the group manages to evade the horde and flee into the woods. Carol manages to mortally wound a Whisperer that attacks her and Beatrice, but the dying Whisperer wounds Beatrice, forcing Carol to leave her behind as she is discovered and killed by the horde. Obviously, if you're going to get fucking hit by something, you're going to scream out of instinct and die from it, so... Rest in peace, Beatrice, although she hasn't really been that involved in the series ever since she was introduced. When was that? Like, for the Oceanside? Like, when they, first went to Oceanside? I don't know. The survivors set up Luke's sound system and begin playing Talking Heads, Burning Down the House on repeat, successfully luring the horde away from the tower, and giving the people inside an opportunity to escape. Although, it won't last for long, so these people have to get the hell out of here and get going. It's kind of a funny song, you know, Burning Down the House. That's a cool little song they put on there. Beta and most of the Whisperers stay with the herd and catch up to the wagon as night falls, killing Hilltop Soldier Oscar. I think that was the guy that was, managing the horse reins, and destroying the speakers after forcing the group to retreat and abandon the wagon. So yeah, that's where their window kind of closes at nightfall. So I'm pretty sure everyone should have been able to get out by now. Hiding in the woods and without any other plans, Daryl orders the group to go back and hunt down the Whisperers and the horde one by one. Find anyone you can and just kill them, because that'll draw the walkers away and all that. So, Lydia volunteers to continue to lead the horde away since her mother taught her how. Daryl rebuffs her, but Lydia, however, is adamant. I can fucking do this for you guys. I have every right to do this. My mom has caused you guys so much pain and shit. Daryl decides that they will deal with it later and tells the group to move. They seem to be, neglecting Lydia as if she's, some dumbass little kid, but I think she knows what she's doing. She's been surviving for long enough, you know? Meanwhile, at the tower, most of the group is evacuated thanks to the absence of the horde, but Gabriel stays behind to hold off the remaining walkers. Gabriel is nearly killed, but he is saved by a hooded, masked warrior in the company of Maggie Green, who is returned after reading a letter from Carol informing her about the Whisperers, and she obviously had no idea about the Whisperers' reign of terror, so here she is. And Maggie Green, what a great return that is. I think that's really cool that the show decided to do that. You know? Sorry, I gotta turn my PlayStation on for a gameplay I'm about to do. Okay, don't know why the fuck it's not working. That's pissing me off. Oh my god, what did I do? What happened to the PlayStation? Oh my god. Where the fuck did the power cord go? Hold on, I gotta get something situated. Are you joking? Alright, sorry, this video will be a little longer now, because my PlayStation cord just decided to rip out. I don't know what the fuck happened there. I didn't even mean to do that. But, yeah, so, the pair were also able to save Aaron and Alden from a group of Whisperers that had surrounded them earlier. Obviously, we knew this. Outside, Beta notices the Whisperers around him are being killed by the survivors and realizing that his plan might not work after all. He then spots Lydia and prepares to attack her, but is interrupted by Negan. Seeking revenge for Negan's assassination of Alpha, he furiously charges at Negan and tackles him to the ground and prepares to finish him off. Suddenly, Daryl intervenes and stabs Beta in each eye, saving Negan in the process. What a badass moment on this show. That was awesome. They stabbed him in both eyes, and he was sitting there with his eyes slit. It was like fucking awesome, dude. I don't know why. The two then watch as Beta is consumed and devoured by the walkers. In his final moments, Beta remembers the Whisperer's creed of embracing all death and smiles happily as he manages the Horde embracing him. At least he can find some closure, find some happiness for whatever reason. I don't know. Doesn't really make sense, but yeah. Once Beta's mask is ripped off, Negan recognizes him from before the apocalypse, but Daryl shrugs it off. I mean, he was a country singer that was kind of revealed like 2 episodes ago. So, come daytime, Lydia, wearing Alpha's mask, successfully leads the Horde to a cliff, intending this task as a suicide mission. Before she can go over, Lydia is stopped by Carol, who volunteers to go instead of her, dubbing it her choice. Like, she's just a little fucking kid. Let her live her life. Carol reaches the edge, but before she can step off, Lydia pulls her back. The pair take cover and embrace behind a rock as the walkers around them march off the cliff into the water below. As Carol thanks Lydia, the latter rips off her mother's mask and tosses over the cliff, like signifying, a change, I guess. I don't know. With the Whisperers no longer a threat, the survivors regroup in the woods outside the tower. They gotta find a place for refuge because wherever they live just keeps getting destroyed. There, Maggie reunites with Judith while Daryl asks Carol if she got what she wanted. She replies that she didn't, but didn't really want it anyway. Daryl tells her that she still has him. They hug. Elsewhere, Connie is revealed to be alive, albeit weak and malnourished and kind of like disoriented, not really knowing where the fuck she is. After collapsing on the road, she is found by Virgil, who is revealed to have returned to the mainland and traveled to Oceanside, only to find it empty. So yeah, he tried to look everywhere and couldn't find anything. At night, Eugene's group has finally reached the train yard, which was designated as the intended rendezvous point to meet Stephanie. After suffering a bicycle crash earlier, Eugene initially believes he has missed his meeting with Stephanie, but declares they'll continue to go looking for her after being inspired by Ezekiel. The group is then suddenly accosted by a large group of heavily armed soldiers wearing white and red body armor who order them to drop their weapons and get on their knees at gunpoint. And this is fucking crazy because we figure out there's like some sort of like military force out there. Like this is wild, really. Let's see. Ryan Hurst made his final appearance in this episode. 2 daggers shoved into his eyes. He got devoured. I mean, Ryan Hurst added a lot to this show. Shout out to him as Beta. He was great. This was a pretty good episode. I mean, 89%, 6.8 out of 10, 18 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. The Whisperers are finally shushed for good in a certain tomb. A tidy climax that efficiently dispenses with old enemies while teeing up a fresh crop of antagonists with these like soldiers. 8 out of 10 rating on Lyle's Movie Files. This didn't feel as satisfying as it was months after Negan killed Alpha and Beta vowed revenge, but in binge format, I'm betting this will feel like a well-earned payoff. I only watch like 1 episode a day because I have other shit to do. Like, I'm not going to sit in my house all day and just watch shit. But yeah. Den of Geek gave it a 4 out of 5. Nicotiro's direction. One thing you can say about Greg Nicotero as a director, he knows exactly how he wants his special effects to look, and he shoots them in their full glory, which is great. B+ on The Insider. I wouldn't exactly call it much of a war, however, it's still a satisfying conclusion to what has been one of the most enjoyable seasons of The Walking Dead in years where Kang made major changes from the comics. Pretty good episode. I mean, it's grim but passing good, like our lives now, I guess. Like during COVID, which is funny. Like, this episode came out during COVID, so critics are probably talking about that a whole lot. 7 out of 10 on IGN. The episode was awesome. I mean, The Walking Dead Season 10 finale contained solid thrills and appropriately tense moments, but it faltered when it came to larger, memorable story beats. A B on the AV Club. The back half of Season 10 has been strong, and this installment makes for a fitting conclusion, given that it also dispatches its threat with a minimum of fuss. 3 out of 5 on Vulture. Maybe this episode will hold up better under a binge-watching reschedule, but waiting so long for a fairly predictable end to long dangling storylines felt a bit anticlimactic. It's still good, though. Overall, this was a perfectly fine season finale. I have some I have some gripes, but the biggest one is just that it felt kind of flat compared to earlier episodes this season. Yeah, I don't really have much to say. Solid. I mean, supposed end of the season. I guess people didn't realize that this wasn't the end of the season. That makes sense, obviously, because season or episode 16s are usually always end of seasons. But it is what it is. I don't really have much to say. My Uzi review is going to hopefully come out sometime today. I just got to get kind of some morning content done. Got to go watch Dexter, and then I will surely start editing it and stuff. I won't have too much to do throughout the day, so I'll have plenty of time. But leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, it has been GZTV, giving you guys the best TV show content out there. Maybe not. I don't know. You guys can be the judge of that. I have a gameplay coming up on the brand new free Steph Curry on 2K. I feel like you guys need more content. I have a lot of time to give you guys that content, so I suppose